All right, we're back in Frostpunk 2, and we still have a lot of things to take care of and not a lot of time to do it. I'm going to pause the game really quick so we can get things kind of set up. There's a few things that I can do to improve our situation in the short term. So we have 125,000 stockpiled coal. That's pretty good, but it's going to last us for 65 weeks. And that's not a lot. I'd like to prolong that. So to do that, I'm going to go up to resources that I have in abundance. I got a good food surplus, for example. I've got material surplus coming in. That's pretty good. I don't have a lot in stock there, though, so I'm going to want to keep that going as much as possible. But I'm pretty much full on food, so I'm overdoing it on food big time. So what we could do is take one of these districts, like say this one here, for example, where it's sucking down heat. And if we find if they have the same heat, this one has more heat demand. Okay, so we could take this one, and I'm just going to bring it down, like all the way. We're going to shut it off. In so doing, yes, we're going to dip into our food surplus, but it's only 1 unit. And we've now prolonged our heat to 75 weeks. I think that's pretty good. Now, I need more prefabs pretty badly. So I'm going to have to take a little bit of a hit here on the goods again. Crime issue is going to continue to be a problem in the short term. The goal is black gold. So we need to get that oil output. And at the end of the last video, we established this little colony over here, and these guys are on their way over to it. So once this gets over here, they'll establish this. 3,000 colonists will settle this, and we'll get to work on it as soon as possible. There's a couple of things we're going to need to do, though. First, let's take a look at this district right here. And I think I've messed this up. I think what I would rather have done, what I should have done, is I should have expanded it with these 4 slots, and then this tile, and then this one, because this is where all that stuff is. And by doing it this way, the way it's currently done, I am not able to get all of the materials here. I'm not able to get all of these things in one district. So I'm going to start this off by also going in and demolishing this. We're going to lose a little bit of prefabs for doing that, but I think it's going to be worth it. Okay, next, we need to regulate the necessities. That's what these guys want us to do. So we're going to come over here, and we need to go to the city area. We actually have both of these things we need to do, but this one's first. So let's do that. So I've been thinking about this a little bit, and I think I'm going to go with paid essentials here. To foster the responsibility and reward work, citizens will be charged a small fee for this. Now, the one problem I have with this decision, and maybe it'll be an amendment that we can do later, because I've seen that before too, right, in other things. Yeah, and, kind of dial it back a little bit, make it less effective, but still good. It doesn't give me the ability to provide any type of welfare at all with this decision. It's either free essentials for everyone or everyone has to pay. And if you're disabled, elderly, etc., you may not have the means to work to get this, and that might be a problem. So I'm hoping they give me a chance to do that in the future. This is something the Evolvers like. It's going to raise productivity. It's going to increase my heat stamp income. All these things are great. I'm going to go ahead and propose this. So I think because... Oh, the Frostlanders have an active promise I need to do too. So the New Londoners are open to negotiation on this. I'm not sure there's anything I really want to do for them here. We could research the advanced fracturing pump jack, but I don't really want that either. I don't want anything that they want. That's the thing. So I need to get the Frostlanders. I think I once again need to negotiate with them. So before we get into that, let's come over to our thing for them. Build one more survivalist headquarters building is what I need to do here too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Logistics, survivalist headquarters, and we're going to pop that in over here. And that will satisfy the promise that I made them. And that's something that will help me in getting their support later. So there we go. Now, in the meantime, since we have this broken down, let's go ahead and get another extraction district. So I think I messed this up, like I said. I need to go here, and then I need to go to this tile instead to get there. And it's not available. Ah, I messed it up. Yep. Okay, so we need to open this up, and then we need to get over here too. That's a big thing we'll look at in a second. Let's get these done, and I'm already there on that, so we'll go like that. Okay, and then we're going to want to also clear just a little bit more frost breaking, actually. We're going to want to clear this area too, and we'll just kind of, I guess, wrap around for it. I'd rather just do the one tile that I want, or 2 tiles that I want, but it makes me do all 6, so okay. All right. Clearly having a voice thing all of a sudden. That's great. I'll try to push through that too. Okay, so now that we've got that done, let's go to the laws really quick. I guess we can probably do it now. We want to do this, paid essentials, and we want to see what the Frostlanders want. So they're mostly hesitant, and what they want now is the salvaging factory research. They just want me to research the building. And I like the way it looks. I don't like the disease going slightly up. That part's a little bit The heat demand going up, okay. But this is just a building. We don't have to add it to every district, but it's going to provide more prefabs. I like that, and more goods output. All these things are great. And this is going to be something that we can put in our manufacturing areas, and we just really need things like that done. So, yeah, I'm going to promise to get that done for them. These guys are just going to love me. I'm like just making bargains with them all the time. But it's in order to secure the votes for things they don't necessarily want. So it might look like I'm just appeasing the Frostlanders all the time specifically, but what I'm actually doing is I'm passing laws that they don't necessarily support in exchange for a one-time favor here and there. So in a way, I'm not really catering to them entirely, right? Just a little bit. That's politics, man. You got to give and take a little bit. Okay, so now we have this area over here. I should be able to see it's all broken out. Okay, extraction district. So again, we want to do these, and then we want to go here and then here. By doing that, it's going to allow me to expand it 1, 2, 3 tiles to here. All right, that's going to be good. That'll give me the material income I require to make this happen. And then this is another food district. They also have a little event happening over here. I don't really like that. If I could get an industrial district. Oh, it's workforce. What do I have? 376. Uh-oh. Hang on. If I zoom out really quick. Is that set up? Yesn't? Yesn't. It's almost set up. Let's click this and see what they want. Ernest Bevan, 37, heat pipe fitter. Listening to the wind howling. Sounds like a proper belter. Guess we won't go out today. I don't like twiddling me thumbs, but 'tis for the best. Before the new shifts law, Evie'd always worry I wouldn't come back, like poor old Benazir. Frozen to the pipe like a proper icicle. But that's in the past. Now we live to fight another day. We can always fix everything tomorrow. Weather-adjusted shifts are keeping workers safe. Nice. There is a little bit of consequence to that decision. That's good. Okay, oil deposits discovered. Zoom out really quick here. Take a look. So this is the old Dreadnought. It's going to look very similar to a map we just did in the first episode, right? The prologue. Looks very similar to the prologue map. And it's not the prologue map, but this is like further demonstrating that these, that the prologue had nothing to do with the main story, right? Is that we're finding this out. We've seen these, and actually the resources are in different locations here as well. So if we were to take a look at this, for example, the oil is here, but there's no extra oil deposit here. And we actually have 2 materials, prefab extractions we can do here. Instead of food here, there's another prefab extraction there. There's oil over here now. That didn't exist before. The seals, right? That's oil now. And so this is like a source for us to get oil and send it back to our regular camp. So we need to get it going. We need to get it started first. So to do that, we're going to try to get some frost breaking going. We need to get to maybe here, and then we can go around and kind of get over into this area. Oh, maybe not. Let's go like this. There we go. It's better. Get that going. We're also going to want to frost break. We can get a district there. Yeah, I might need to expand that just a little bit, but we're definitely going to want to do this side so that we can get the housing district going here later too. Okay, so both of those things are going to get frost broken. Now, we can shift back and forth between these 2 things. So now, not only do we have all of this stuff to manage, all the people, all the requests, all that stuff, random events, but we have a completely new outpost to manage now too. And we have the ability to set up even another one over here if we want to get another a whale mining outpost over here to get more food. So there's opportunities to do that. Now, the last time we have a resource being sent from out of the city into the city, it was here. And this doesn't have a whole lot of coal left, but there's a little bit. And we're going to keep dipping into that right now. But that is not an outpost. That's just this extra little thing, and that gets sent through the trail. We have the trail set up through here, but it ends here. And the problem with that is that I don't actually have the logistics outpost here yet. And so because I don't actually have a logistics outpost here, I can't use it. So that's something else we're going to want to do. If I have the ability, which I don't, I need the workforce and the prefabs. Okay, I'll have to work on that too. In the meantime, right now, I have to get this law in place. We have 17 weeks to regulate this, like I said I would. And there's 5 weeks, 2 days left in council for recess. So we have to wait on that. For research, lots of different things here. I promised them that I would research something, right? So I promised here, promise to the Frostlanders, the factories, the salvaging factory. We need to at least research this. And the opposition to this is mechanical factory, which would get us, looks like it has more material requirement because it's machines, not people, but a lower workforce requirement, which makes sense. It also increases squalor as opposed to increasing disease. And the mechanical factory has twice the heat demand, which is interesting since it has less workforce requirement. But okay. So we're going to take salvaging factory here, though. And that will satisfy the other promise that I made those guys. So now all I need to do is make sure that I get community service ready to go. All right, we have 213 prefabs. So let's real quick go over, and not the housing district. I want this. I'm going to be limited on workforce. Yeah, damn. Okay, tell you what we might be able to do with the workforce thing. If we come over like this, these guys, if we take our 5 Frostland teams and bring in these new Londoners, that will provide me with the workforce necessary to get that going. So I think we're going to take our 5 people, our Frostland teams, and bring those guys in. They want more stuff. What do you want? Steward. What? Visions of our future. Diverging ideas. Steward, everyone in New London is awaiting the moment we get a steady supply of oil. So many fears would vanish. So many dreams made possible. But those dreams seem to be diverging. Faith keepers paint visions of an eternally warm New London, as warm as only the eldest among us remember. But evolvers want us to use this newfound power to reach out, to settle remote places in the Frostland, to make it our own. Both factions started thinking about how to use the oil when it reaches New London. But when it does, we will have to decide. Okay. Fine. So we are over here. The camera just zoomed me over here. That's great. We have... all this has been, frost broken and everything. So let's set this up. We want first an extraction district here. We're going to get it settled there. That's fine. Next, we're going to want our extraction district also to be... oh, we need the prefabs first. Okay, so once this is built, we can get the prefabs. Then we can get the oil deposit. Once we're working the oil, then we can get our housing set up because we can get the generator turned back on. And then we start generating oil. All right, that's what we really need right now is oil. Big time. Okay, so we'll let that go just a little bit longer because we need it to run to get the prefabs for now. Let's go right over here to New London. Hello. I want over on this side. Yes. Over on this side. My gosh, these people are needy, aren't they? Look at this. So needy. Halted advancement. Black gold. Steward, members of Evolvers, but also many other citizens afraid that our fuel will soon deplete, have begun to openly criticize your failure to achieve our current goals. We need to quickly find a new source of fuel, and a permanent one, not some temporary half measures. Otherwise, we will not be able to sustain New London. They warn that if you don't make progress soon, you will be ousted from office and exiled. If black gold is not finished soon, you will be exiled. All right, relations marginally worsen with all communities. All right, so that's not good. So we now have a timer on black gold, and it's 80 more weeks. We don't have 75 oil transferred here in 79 more weeks, then we get exiled. All right, no good. But there's a little bit of hope on the horizon in that we are very close to having it all set up and working. Let's get those materials being brought in. We're going to get that expanded. We have 138 more materials. Our industrial district can be built now. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. I want this to be further out though. Yeah, I want that to be further out. Let's break this out a little bit more. 1, 2. Let's go out about there. Is about where I want that. We're going to need more of this stuff. We have the prefabs to make the district, so let's go switch this to goods for now to help with any type of violent crimes, right? We're trying to help with that as best as we can. So get more goods made. We need to switch back over now to this dreadnought, though, because this has been extracted. We now have enough material to go in and get our extraction district on the oil as well. So let's go ahead and do that. And I want this to be... Oh, I really didn't frost break that. Damn. All right. I'll go ahead and do this too, I guess. Hurry up. Hurry up. Swing back over. Whoops. I've rotated my camera. Let's go like this. Do we want our frost teams to do anything else in the meantime? We can come over here. A lot of these things are safe now because we've made those advancements. So I think we go into the mountains. This requires all 20 though, and I'm not sure I'm going to need any frost teams to bring the oil back. I'm not sure if how that works yet. We've seen this, right? This has worked by 10 of them, so I don't know if I need to do that with others. So we might want to hold off on that just for now. But this region is showing these mining carts, so it makes me think that there is a supply of coal here, and it may save us. You know what? This takes 14 weeks. We have 70-something weeks to do. You know what? Let's just do it. We'll commit the teams to that now. Because if we can find coal, that's going to help a lot. Okay. Cutthroat economy. Paid essentials. Steward. Now that we're charging for essentials, some unemployed families are unable to afford basic necessities. Yeah, yep. Work goes to the worthiest. If these people were passed up, it's their own damn fault. They should put aside, they should put in the work instead of expecting the city to solve their problems, claimed one Evolver's delegate. So cold. Others are more measured, which it's hard to believe you'd be less measured, and say that we could provide them with a weekly allowance. If we can't offer them work, we'll give them a budget. Okay, so this is the thing I was hoping we'd be able to do, is kind of get this whole, like, somewhat of a welfare in. It means that the paid essentials decision will pay us less, but we're still getting an increase over what we had before. And I think that's a good call. Now we can at least care for those who are unable to work. I think this is probably a way to go there. We met the Frostlander demands. Trust goes up. We did what we said we would do. And now we need to regulate the community service. And that's 5 weeks remaining. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we have a variety of different options here. And I think the one that makes the most sense, I mean, I can read them all, but I think the one that makes the most sense is city development effort. But we'll go ahead and read them all here. So expedition support. Everyone must aid in expeditions. Okay, so expedition time is slightly decreased. Not that big of a deal, although maybe over time that's a big deal. But it's not that big of a deal. I think I'll probably do city development effort. It says everyone must support the production of prefabs to help the expansion of the city. So the main district will provide a small amount of prefabs. This is huge. It means my prefabs can go up even if all of my industry areas are working on goods. That's what I need. I think I want that. And it looks like we may actually get it with no types of deals needing to be made. There are a few hesitant, but we're 42-4 already. We only need an extra, 9 votes to make that happen. So I think we might be able to get it. Heat pipe watch. Everyone must inspect the heat pipes in their place of residence. So this is just heat demand goes down. That helps our coal supply right now. It probably helps our oil and stuff, but I'm really hoping we can get that ironed out in other ways so I can focus on, having less districts because of the prefabs already being made. And then service exemptions. Everyone must volunteer their time to work as needed until unless they purchase an exemption from the city. So we just get heat stamps, additional heat stamps. But I'm thinking we're going with the city development efforts here. We're 42-4 already. I don't really want to negotiate this. The New Londoners are actually mostly for it, and those are the ones we can't account for. So I'm thinking this is probably where we are. There's a lot of Frostlanders here, and most of them are against it, but we really just need 9 votes. 9 unaccounted for votes, and I'm really counting on that happening here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this button. I'm going to cross my fingers that I don't have to make any more promises to get this done. So city development effort coming in here. 42, and... oh, yeah, we got it. I thought they were going to rob me of that. All right. So 54 votes. We get the pass. Everything is good. And I did what I said I was going to do. Okay, so now the only thing left on the list, with the exception of getting a new industrial district, which is something I'm going to do right now. Industrial district. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. And then in the middle of this, we're going to put a material stockpile right there. That's going to help our workforce requirements in all of those buildings too. And we can expand that around later as we need it, but that's going to provide me with yet another building able to create goods. And I can hopefully expand that building, and maybe we can get the crime situation under control at that point. I think that'd be a really good thing to do. With our 247 prefabs, though, I think it's definitely a good idea at this point. Oh, yeah, there's the salvaging thing, too. Yeah, this needs to go... I think... yeah, we could put it in here. Put that there, and then I want to get the logistics district, which requires 200. I thought it was 150. Damn, okay. No problem, no problem. We can wait, wait for the autosave. There we go. Let's switch back over. To the other place. There it is. So you guys hopefully are not dead, because we haven't been doing anything over here yet. Well, you've been gathering prefabs, which is good. So let's go extraction. We want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us the heat for that. Done. And then the final thing to do over here would have been homes, but it's not quite ready yet. But that gets us the oil. And if we can just get that oil going, come on now. We have 67 weeks remaining on that black gold. Do we even have 67 weeks remaining of coal, though? That's the thing. How many weeks do we have left of coal? 39 weeks. So this doesn't matter. Our goal, our limit is actually 39 weeks. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Switch this to goods, but we're going to expand it anyway, so it doesn't matter yet. So let's just go like this. That'll allow us to make even more goods. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and switch that to goods. And I'm hoping that takes care of our crime issue. No, we're still 39 short. Still 39 short. We're going to need another industrial district. Do I have the workforce? 1,000. If I do it, this will be the last. I'll have to do it somewhere else too, won't I? This is next to a housing district. Maybe I could just do it over here. That's not super big deal. We have these extra things that are just kind of chilling over here, though. And these are just these material stockpiles, which are kind of just out there. And I'm thinking maybe I could use that to my advantage by creating the industrial district next to these. Perhaps that will give me what I seek. Hang on. I have this extra thing here. 1. Yeah, I need to do that. We'll go 1, 2, 3. That's what I want. 4, 5. I guess we'll go back in here. Yeah, 6. We'll try that. That's a pretty good spot for a new industrial district. That really reduces the workforce requirements on that, which is kind of essential to me continuing here. That's goods. I still need prefabs, though, to build the logistics hub. So I am going to need to take these districts back. Oh, you're already making prefabs. Wait, you're already making prefabs? So I could have good on... Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Hang on. Just do that. Yeah, okay. We're fine. Goods. Let's make prefabs really quickly. 349 is good. Okay. Goods, please. Goods, please. Cold is here. Yes, I know. And that's actually going to hit my coal supply really hard. Oh, no. 16 weeks. 16 weeks, you guys. Okay. Okay. We're running out of time here, aren't we? Logistics district. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll build the logistics district here. That should allow me to transfer the oil from this side and to transfer it over where it needs to be. Right now, it says I've got 10,000 out of 10,000 as a stockpile for oil. Somehow I got that. We'll go ahead and start the generator for these guys so they don't, like, you know, die. Preferably they don't die. And then we'll have to wait for the generator to kick in, wait for the prefabs and stuff. 33 weeks worth of prefabs coming in there. I'll have to wait for that stuff to get there for the housing district, which is very close to happening. Just need to go a little bit further. There it is. I know I'm like speeding up time and stuff, but it was at 199. I wanted to get it right now. Okay, so building here is going to create some squalor, but I think you get squalor by doing 3. If I do this, if I do that, does it actually create the squalor? Because it's going to give me the heat reduction, right? This district being here is a pain in the ass. I shouldn't have went this way. I should not have went this way. I'm going to tear this down. I'm going to tear this down. Yes. Real quick, we're going to tear that down, and we're going to build it somewhere else. I don't want squalor. And then with that district removed, we should be able to... Oh, hang on. Abigail Green, scout, staring at herself in the mirror. I can see. It's a little blurry, but the doctor told me it's going to keep improving. I asked to whose corneas I owe my new sight. A young lad fell from a rooftop trying to rob a hothouse. Well, I won't judge. Probably had a whole family to feed or something. When they release me, the first thing I'll do is go and see them. I'll take some rations. Least I could do. Harvesting funerals, giving people a second chance of living. Good. Excellent. Come back over here. I'm not done with this yet. All right. Housing district. Now I can do this without creating additional squalor, I think. So 1, 2, just this one. 3. That gives me the heat, but not the squalor. 4, 5, 6. Done. And then we should have now enough prefabs easily to do the extraction district again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go 4, 5, 6. Now I get everything I want with no squalor being added. Okay. Back over here. We can pretty much focus on this now since the other guys are set up. So what we want to do, because we don't have much time left on this, is 42,000 coal, which only lasts 9 more weeks. We have this set up now. We want to get that material over here. This UI is incredibly confusing, but by planning a little bit ahead and knowing how it works, because I've got this little PDF in front of me that the devs, sent over as part of like that whole like we're sponsoring your video thing. So I've got some tips in this, and one of them, I really hope they change this in the future. It's this area over here is how you do it. So if you click New London, you get what's going on in New London. If you click one of your communities, though, one of your outposts, you get a new interface, which is this stuff here. This is how you transfer shit. I really hope they change this to something a bit more prominent, but that's how you change shit. You're going to go resource transfer, and we're going to go over to the oil. This is the oil that's over here. We have 9340 out of 10,000. We need to transfer that and move it over to New London. So we need to transfer resources. So we're going to go... it won't let me do it, though. Why won't it let me do it? 5K. Send 5K resources from the stockpile to the other. Yep, that's what I want to do. 5,000 over there. Transfer. All right, so we're going to select that. Now, I don't know if it happens instantly. I don't know how long it takes. I'm hoping it's really quick, but that's how you do it. Okay, so now we wait. We have oil. It says oil absent. Stockpile 5,000 is what it says now, though. Okay, so it works instantly, I guess. Cool. the next thing to do then is, it says we haven't transferred it, though. Maybe it is not here yet. Transfer at least 75 oil output to New London. That hasn't been ticked yet, even though it says we have 5,000 in the stockpile here. That's a little interesting. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done this before. But yeah, we're gonna have to look at it. So if I look at my, I go to heating, I think, yeah, my research, I should be able to do this because I have 75 oil supply in New London. So maybe it does take a little bit of time. Can I see it on the map? Can I see it on the map, like moving between camps or not? Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Cold storage. Nope, that's not it. Harvesting funerals. Steward, some researchers and doctors have petitioned us to preserve the remains of corpses that have been harvested for organs. Science knows no bounds. Incinerating harvested bodies and returning the ashes to their relatives is a waste of potential. There will come a day when we can get more out of these remains, they claim, advocating that we freeze them instead. People may not be happy, but in due time they will see reason and applaud our foresight. What should we do? So, if we choose to freeze the remains, trust will fall marginally. We will improve the relations with the evolvers, though. If we refuse their proposal, then our relationship with the Faith Keepers will improve and will slightly worsen with the evolvers. Honestly, I don't really know whether or not we should keep them or not. I'm going to go with this one because I don't want trust to fall anymore. So I'm going to go with this one here. And I think overall, preserving a little bit of our humanity is probably a good way to go. Probably a good thing to do. Okay. So I'm not seeing how this transfer works. I wish I had a bit more knowledge on that. Maybe it's because we're not pumping right now. Maybe we need these districts operational in order to do it. I guess now that it's pumping oil, maybe that's okay. I don't see the supply line active here, which you can see this one here, right? There's like an effect going on with it, right? I'm not seeing that here. And that's got me a little bit worried because we're running out of coal and I'm not sure how else to send it. Because I just said to send it. So, resource transfer. Yeah, this. You should be transferring. 60. Move slider to the right. Transfer. Like that should be happening. All the oil from here goes to New London. So, oh, now it's active. Now it's active. Okay. Weird that the 5K didn't do it, but that did. So it says plus 60 here. Okay. Will be filled in 343 weeks. Okay, so this is like maximum transfer speed is essentially what I'm seeing here. But our stockpile is already high, so I should be able to just do this now, right? Yeah, adaptation, I get it. I need to go to generator upgrade. It doesn't let me do it, though. Requires 75 oil supply in New London. 75 oil supply in New London. We have that. I mean, it says 60, but it also says that our stockpile is 5,900 now. Right? I'm not crazy. We have almost 6,000 in stockpile here. I should be able to hit this button. I don't know. Reload. See if maybe the 5K transfer thing screwed it up and I needed to do it the other way first. I don't know. Let me find out. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit differently. I've got it coming in at 24 per day instead of coming in at 60 per day or whatever. And if I come over here to the old Dreadnought, there's no housing here yet, which is maybe a mistake. But what we have now is a surplus here, which it still says stockpile 10,000. So it says I have one available. So a total is basically 60. Well, no, it says requirements 59. And Dreadnought Furnace is 35. And then the trade route is 24. The stockpile says 528 out of 150,000. Okay. But, and that's on oil, right? But it still says transfer at least 75 oil output to New London. I think this right here, it has to be this as the constant transfer, not in a total supply. I think I have to actually output 75, specifically 75, which is a pain in the ass. That's a big deal. So we would have to, in that situation, if that was the case, we'd have to frost break even further to get out to another source of oil, which is not the easiest thing to do right away. But we could go, I guess, probably to here is the closest. So I'd have to frost break out to here. Do that. Wait for that to complete. Which, you know, we have more events over there. I'll have to wait for that in a second. With that done, we can then frost break over here. And we'll make another oil district right here. Which isn't great, because it's not connected to anything, but maybe it'll be okay. Right? And then what we get from this is another extraction district on this oil supply. Okay? And then from that, maybe that's enough to get it to where we can transfer more oil. Okay? And then we can look at frost breaking again. We don't have the materials right now. That's coming through here. But essentially no housing for these guys. They just work all the time, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. We're bringing it in here. Cold storage. We've talked about this before. We're going to refuse that and just let them, you know, not going to deprive people a chance to mourn. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So at the moment, we're 3 weeks away. On my reload, we're 3 weeks away. And it does say that we have, you know, 1368, but it needs 75 output. I think that's the big thing. Is it doesn't matter how much you have in storage here. It's all about that output, I guess. So what I think I might do temporarily, just so we don't like fail like right away, I need to get that research, right? Is I might shut this generator off and see if that does anything for us. It maybe makes people super cold, but if I can just get the thing to trigger so I can get the research, I'd be all right with that. So if I go like this, shut that off, go like this. Now if I come over to right here and start the transfer, we have a plus 96 here, right? So if I make this a plus 75 output, transfer resources, that does it. New oil fuel flows. Anticipation fills the air as the first transport of oil is sent to New London. To dream of a future without feeling cold feels surreal. To make it happen, however, we will need to modify the generator to turn this black gold into heat. This will be irreversible. What future we build for ourselves will depend on it. Must decide. Okay, so that's going to save. Excellent. And it cutscenes me. Okay. Chapter 2. Ambitions. Okay, you're going to cut me right in now. All right, I'm assuming there's a decision to make here. And, because they did say I would have to decide. Yeah, here we go. Okay, ambitions, chapter 2. People cheer as oil reaches the city. But the questions remain on what it means for our future. The years of suffering are coming to an end, their leaders shout across the city squares. With the gift of oil and light of the furnace, we can defeat the frost and build a warm paradise. Let us improve the blessed engine and pump oil until the snows of the city melt forever. Okay. However, the Evolvers disagree. The frost is our reality. What Faithkeepers lecture is not only foolish, but hubris. We can't wait for the New London generator to rust. We have to adapt to this world, settle and repopulate the Frostland. Okay, so choose which direction. So, if we're going to defeat the frost, we will unlock oil pumps generator upgrade that only uses oil. So no more coal, huh? Ever, huh? Okay. Unlocks the ability to exploit unlimited deep deposits, though. So this is more like being able to use the area around New London more effectively. And more efficiently, potentially, too, with oil. Now, I am aware of technology in the future that allows you to take coal and transition it into oil. But it's up the tech tree a bit. And obviously, you need to still bring coal in at that point. But I don't know whether there's an efficiency upgrade. I believe this also gives you a nice efficiency bonus to using oil. Meaning that the generator will use less oil when it's burning it, right? And then we have Embrace the Frost, which I kind of like this one, to be honest. Just from a gameplay perspective, spreading out and trying to use the map just sounds really cool to me. So this one is the one the Evolvers will like. Faith Keepers will disapprove of this. I believe Faith Keepers are like 10% of the population, though. It's like Evolvers are actually a bigger percent of the population now. We unlock Adaptive Pumps generator upgrade that uses any fuel. Unlocks unlimited output Frostland settlements. So this is the one I think I'm a little bit more excited about trying, is getting out and making other settlements on the map and having them feed resources into New London. I think it presents an interesting challenge that didn't really exist much in Frostpunk 1. Especially when you consider like we have those big whiteouts and storms and stuff that, you know, you have to kind of safeguard that supply. So I think I'm kind of liking this one. It's not as efficient with oil as the other one is, but we can still use coal. And this also lets us do things with settlements and everything. I like the idea of trying this one. Even though I think this one may be easier. Maybe not, but I really don't know. But let me know in the comments if you're playing this game too. Which one of these did you choose? And how are you finding it so far? I'm going to embrace the frost, though, because I think that's kind of where I am right now. So let's go ahead and do it. Embrace the frost. We first need to upgrade the generator with adaptive pumps to use the new fuel. Then we must research furnaces that will support upgrading viable outposts to permanent settlements. They will provide a supply of resources that will not run out. Not all outposts are viable as permanent settlements, but there are plenty of useful sites around New London. We just have to find them. Adaptive Pumps generator upgrade is unlocked and available to be built, and settlement heating and generator upgrades research are unlocked. Okay. Pause the game. We got some stuff to do. Not a lot of time to do it. First off, we just ran out of coal. We had some. We just ran out. So we have a massive heating problem right now. So let's get that first. We're going to go into here, and there's a central tab now, generator adaptive pumps. This can run on coal, on oil, coal, or steam. Makes us a bit more versatile, but it's not quite as efficient. We're going to build that right in the center. Get that going right now. Second thing we need to do is we're taking a look at the bottom. So at the bottom, we can see our approval with the Faith Keepers is definitely bad. It's so bad, in fact, that we now have Fervor. This is 1 out of possible 3. Fervor is weak. Now, you want to see no Fervor at all. None, essentially, is what you want to see. Factions are a bit more extremist, right? So they're going to take things closer to the chest. They're going to be really, really happy when I do something for them and be really, really upset when I don't, okay? And in the case of the Faith Keeper faction, they now have some radicals that are a part of this organization. If you get too many radicals, they start causing problems for your place. So think of this like criminals. Think of this like your terrorist cells, things like that are going to try to inflict pain upon your economy to get somehow, I don't know, get their way in a way. So we're probably gonna have to do something about the Faith Keepers now. Okay, so got that out of our system. It looks to me like the temperature's gonna drop soon, but then we're gonna have 2 warmer seasons after this. This makes me feel happy. Quickly, we need to go over to the old Dreadnought. And at the moment, it doesn't look like we really need this turning to turn on, which I find that really odd that we don't need to turn this on. I feel like we do, right? Because like, aren't people gonna get sick? I haven't seen that happen yet over here, but I feel like I need to turn it on. We have 1,000 prefabs here. That's pretty crazy, but we don't have the workforce. So we need to send workforce over here anyway. Okay, available workforce is currently sitting at 76. All right, here's what I want to do then. We're gonna expand this district to give us more oil. We're gonna expand this district to give us more oil. We can actually bring it right up here. Why not? Bring this district to get us more oil. Okay. And that's gonna pretty much be the last thing we can do there. We need to send more people over here. And because those districts are expanded now, I'll go ahead and turn on the generator. Okay. Now what we need, if I come over here, now what we need is to send some people over there. We need to send more people over to that camp because that needs a workforce for us to get more oil from it. So real quick, I'm going to go send people and hang on. I don't want to do it like this, do I? Sending employed workforce, districts, and buildings in the study source will be deactivated. Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's... Hang on. How many people can I send you? Is it really that small of a... Like, yeah, right here. Can I just send you... Yeah, like, how about another... Oh, no, I want to go this way. Right? It is this direction, right? How am I supposed to how do I read that? Hold on. Maybe I'm just dense. There's two lines here. 15,776, 1048. So if I go this way, you would think that this number would go down, right? It does. Okay. So we're going like... Is this like total population versus how many are able to work? And I can't send very many people, I guess. I'll send 162. I don't think that's enough, but all right. So 162 people have come over here. Is that accurate? I don't see that being a thing. Maybe they have to travel. Okay, they have to travel along this. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit then. But either way, these districts being expanded should mean that we can pump more oil here. So as soon as that's online, yeah, we're at plus 25 now on this. Perfect. So we want to come back over here, and when I come like this, we're already sending 75 this way. So let's send like 90 instead. So 90 of our supply will constantly go towards New London. And now that the furnace is on, they can at least be warm over there. Okay, this pouring ice on fire. Growing radicalization. Yes, Steward. The growing fervor of certain groups in our city has become a cause for alarm. Agitators rile up tensions and push their factions to more radical and violent action. Provided we build enough prison space, our guards could place such militants in preventative arrest. A spell in detention would cool their heels and calm their fellows. Build prisons to use roundup militants' district ability to lower faction fervor. Okay. Now, pause this really quick. I'm going to pause a lot because this is a new chapter and there's like a lot of new things hitting me all at once. So I've never experienced it before. First things first, we still have a heat problem. This is being upgraded, which is why I haven't been looking at it. Once it's upgraded, then I can see what our deficit is. Okay, so far, if we pause this right now, we are satisfying all the heat needs and we do have a coal surplus. But I think we only have a coal surplus because we have a massive oil deficit. So we're digging into oil first, then coal. So once we run out of oil, we'll probably at that point, I would assume, run out of coal. So we need to do something with that. Since we chose to be embracing the frost, we are going to need to do a lot more on the map, spread ourselves out, and find resources around here to maybe get suitable outposts. This thing is beeping at me here. Challenging territory. After measuring the winds from these peaks, the Empire's surveyors selected the sites of the generators, including New London and Winterhome. Okay, why are you blinking at me, though? I don't want to use my 35 Frostland teams to do that. And in fact, I'd like to get more Frostland teams if possible. I don't think I have enough workers, though. I have 360 available workers, and we're very close to having enough goods to stop crime, too. In fact, I think I can probably switch both of these over like this if I can get it. It's not letting me do it. Not letting me do it. And I didn't build this yet because remember, we reloaded slightly just to try to figure out how that works. So I have to build that district here, too, which I don't have the workers to do that. 360? Yeah, I need 600 workforce for that. Okay. Switch you. Oh, you're two different. Oh, you're two different industrial districts. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, in that case, we're solid then, yeah? Yeah, we're good. And then you can just switch. That's what I want you to do. Switch. There it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay. we now have a surplus of goods, a surplus of materials. We're digging into food a little bit, right? So for that, we come over to our food district that we shut off a little while ago, and we'll just crank it on a little bit. There it is, done. So we have good numbers right through here. Fix that. Now we just have to fix the oil problem. Let's come back over here, and we need to research settlement heating and skyways. That's another thing that's part of our objective. So let's take a look at that. So coal liquefactors, here it is right here. So this is a research that allows us to, using accelerated decomposition processes, we can synthesize oil from a mix of coal and organic waste materials. So that allows us to get 80 oil out of 60 coal, which is actually a much better ratio than I thought. Ooh, I might regret not going down the oil path. Too late, we made our decision. There's also a generator upgrade 2 here. And this says alterable delivery mechanisms optimizing the intake of specific fuel type, but can be easily reconfigured to fit another one. Okay, so this is one of those things where we could get this one, and then we would be able to optimize oil even further to make it even better. Okay, so maybe oil would have been the better cause. Yeah, more fuel. Okay, anyway, settlement heating is what we need to go down. And this is going to unlock upgrading outposts to permanent settlements, and that can provide us unlimited resources. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, unlimited resources does not mean that it just solves our problem once we hook it up, right? We're still going to be limited by the capacity of what we can intake at a time. So that's, I think, where you start upgrading your logistics centers and stuff so that you can have more outpost teams and they can do more stuff for you. So I would want to, for example, upgrade that one. I would want to come over here, probably upgrade this one as well, since I can afford to do that. So I would come in here and maybe upgrade you like that. I can come over to the other one. There we go. And we'll just upgrade this one too. There we go. And so now with those outposts upgraded, we should be able to get more Frostland teams out of those areas, I believe. What's this? Steward has set us on a path. Uh-oh. Evolvers. Feats of adaptation. Evolvers rally. Now, these guys are only 10% of the city too. Steward. The Evolvers have begun gathering in celebration of the direction you've taken the city. They hold rallies to demonstrate the strength and ingenuity of their prosthetics and gush over how their self-inflicted evolution could bring about their utopia. It's a new world, and it needs new people. One Evolver shouts, holding his limb aloft as he crushes a block of ice. Stronger, tougher, better adapted. All of us can be that if we follow where the steward is taking us. Their passion is contagious. They inspire others to put in additional effort for the benefit of the city. Do you want to ask them to promote something specific? Just a general increase in efficiency would be fine. Train workers to drastically increase productivity. Yeah, just all around productivity bump, right? That sounds good. I mean, you get with that you would get more materials, more prefabs, more goods, more food, right? It's just general efficiency. Yeah. We can contribute more workforce. Maybe that could be good too, but I like this. Do that. Cool. Evolvers are training them. Okay, so
curious minds are invited to join them.
Yes, very good. Okay, so this icon here, I think this is where, or maybe this is where it says rallies in progress. Okay. That's the Evolver rally. That's their symbol. I assume we're going to see a Faithkeeper demonstration at some point, and then we'll probably want to put prisons wherever that is. So where would prisons be? Do I have to do something with that? Frostland. Yeah, we're going to want to do skyways. So remember how I said you were limited in the capacity that you can bring in, right? Well, those are the trails. The trails are very limited in what they can bring in. The skyways, we don't actually have those yet. We can see them on the map, like there's those posts. They look like they're kind of set up to do that, but they're not going to do that yet. Skyways is where you need to go. A network of cables connecting elevated stations that will allow us to run suspended trains in the Frostland without having to worry about ice and snow accumulation. And I believe this is what's required in order for you to keep your sustained income from your outposts during the whiteout. Because no one's going to be out on the trails bringing things in. So you just basically get shut off from all of your colonies and all of your outposts and stuff. You basically just get cut off from them when the whiteout comes. But I think if you have this, you don't. I don't know how that works because I haven't got the full story yet. But yeah, and this is a thing that pretty much everyone can get behind. So Skyways is something we really want to get to, especially since we've chosen to embrace, you know, everything. Logistics bays are also very useful in this case because they allow us to get more out of our Frostland team stuff. And I believe this also increases the capacity of everything too. So we want basically this Frostland tab. We want to just embrace this now because this is the way we've chosen to go. For societies, we got youth, hospitals, watchtowers. Crime is where I want to get here, I think. So I think I need to go down watchtowers to get there. And I can get into prisons, I think. So surveillance watchtowers and stuff we're going to start needing to do as well. Okay. Well, I think we're in for a world of hurt here because we still don't have enough coal to satisfy the needs that we have here. We have this area in here, and this area in here, it says Captain's Mine. The captain himself ordered this mine dug as New London's coal began to dwindle, but its hastily laid trail was lost to a whiteout. The shafts are marked with the miners' final farewells to their families. An outpost here could increase the supply by 250 coal until its deposit of 210,000 coal is depleted. So we can try to get a trail through here, but this is the shortest route, but I probably want to get into here. So to get into there, I have to kind of go a long route. I don't really want to go a long way like that, but kind of have to. If I want to search the Highlands, I need to dedicate 20 of my teams to doing that. And I think it's probably a good idea to do, especially since we can get some dwellers there. Let's go ahead and launch that expedition. It's going to take a while to get there, but we're going to try it. And then if there's any way we can get this. Yeah, so what's this? Salvage coal to oil converter. Ooh, hang on. The looming remains of a city famed for its technological marvels, the ruins of Tesla City. The place has a bad reputation and has been picked clean over the years, but to our surprise, our scouts uncovered a yet undiscovered chamber. It houses a mechanical calculator powered by a coal to oil converter. It remains active, though no one knows what it's calculating. We can either remove the converter to replicate in New London, though this will deactivate the machine, or we can send a team here to use the machine to boost our research. Let's see. So if we remove the machine and replicate the coal to oil conversion in New London, we complete coal liquefaction research on arrival, and we get 50,000 coal stockpile. Dude, this is like all the things here are pointing to it being the wrong decision to go out and do it this way. I think embracing the Frostland is not the way to go. Because this is the converter. It's just done. We should harness the computing machine to advance all of our research. It will increase... A research outpost will increase the research speed, or we leave the machine for now. I think we do this, right? 50,000 coal stockpile. And then... I mean, we need it, because people are going to start dying here in a second. We don't have enough coal. I think in the immediate future, we need to do this. The outpost, the research speed does sound really nice, but I am going to have to think short term here because I am out of coal, and I don't have enough heat for everybody right now. So yeah, one other thing I want to look at, though, is on the map over here, I'm seeing this. And we can create a settlement here. This will be a permanent resource deposit if we do that. We just need 1,200 population. So I think I need to send people here, I assume. So I could get coal from this, right? Right now it's outputting 250. But if I make the permanent settlement, we get 400 from it. We can bring this in allowing us to take coal, turn it into oil, which is fine, I think, because you get 80 oil from 60 coal. So I think it's technically better. And we'll just have to suck it up on research. I need to do this. I need to do it now. Ruins of Tesla City. We can take the materials. Oh, 50,000 material stockpile as well. We can come back later. Let's come back later on that one. Material stockpile is not as important to me right now, but we could use it. Yeah, and then we just can leave it there. So we don't have Tesla City anymore if we do that. We'll take the materials too. I don't know if I like that, but we're going to do it. Oil cistern. So take a tanker filled with oil hangs in the narrow crevasse. Yeah, we have a lot of Frostland teams because of what we're focusing on. So we can keep improving this too. Let's have men with special training. If we send regular people, some of them may die. So let's send the Frostland teams instead. With special teams to take the 50,000 oil stockpile out of here and bring it over here too. And then finally, I think we may have... It says 10,000 out of 10,000. That's what it says, right? So I'm thinking we just send 5k resources from this stockpile to the other. I think we just do that, right? It makes sense. Transfer. Okay, so I think it's going to work now, maybe? I don't know. Let's find out. I really don't know. Yeah, now it works. So that was very odd. I'm not sure. It works. Okay, it works.